knew it. I knew it. That's I blame you. Voting for Joe Biden.
Man, this is not no time to be trying to.
No. If Joe, you didn't vote for Joe Biden, we wouldn't be doing this. I told you not to vote for him.
Man, talking about vote for nobody. They shelter, they tell you what to do.
Hide under the bed then. Go with Joe Biden, hide under the bed then.
Hide under the bed. You got to go. You know
to the police station. Ain't nowhere to go but the police station. Where we gonna go?
Do you know when it's a seat shelter? That means
the police station.
The police station. The police station can't do a mother thing.
Has detected the launch of 12 nuclear missiles aimed towards the mainland United States. 4 of the 12 missiles launched have been intercepted. The 8 remaining.
So they about to come to America, Russia here. They here.
See we got to get the fuck out here. We got to find. See, are you listening to what they saying?
Okay, get under the bed. Hurry up.
You get under the bed. See,
under the bed. They blowing missiles and everything. The bed protect you.
What the bed gonna do a thing?
If you hiding under the bed, that's what they taught us in school. Get under the thing to do this. Hurry up.
Man,
move the bed.
You got to go. We got to go find some. No, get on the bed. Go in the basement.
That's definitely one way to have him reconsider who he is supporting this year. And with the way that things are going, this could be more of a reality than we think it is. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name is Luke Radowski here of youtube.com/We Are Change. As of course, the news is absolutely ridiculous and crazy today, as there's a major event that just unfolded in Crimea that's going to be a major event that the Russians are promising retaliation for. How will they retaliate? As our discourse is getting more and more toxic domestically, as people are being pinned against each other, well, we're going to be talking about that, plus all the latest news happening and developing right now on this independent media broadcast. As of course, if you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. For every new subscriber, Atlas gets at least one new treat. As the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast just highlights the amazing prank meme magic by this young individual who decided to trick his uncle to believe that there was a nuclear bomb headed towards the United States, which he directly correlated with supporting the Biden administration that has been very hawkish, has been very aggressive with American foreign policy against Russia. And as you're going to see throughout this news report, they are absolutely bringing us on the brink of just total lunacy and madness. Now, I don't know who this young man who created this brilliant skit is. There's a tag here that says @mba.qwan. I don't know if that's the person. If it is, let me know. We want to attribute to this very smart, brilliant man and make sure he gets the credit and due respect that he deserves in the description below so we could, of course, attribute his work properly. As what he depicted there could soon be a reality, as Russia today is warning that the United States needs to brace for a retaliation after Russia is directly blaming the Biden administration for missile attacks that took the lives of 4 Russian citizens, injuring hundreds of others. As a Kremlin spokesperson called the attack barbaric, as it was a U.S.-supplied long-range missile along with U.S. satellite technology and drone assistance that helped Ukraine fire these long-range missiles at Crimea, specifically the Russian military base at Sevastopol. Reports of exactly what happened here are being contested by the Ukrainians, as they're saying Russian air defense missiles were the ones that intercepted these missiles, therefore creating a lot of shrapnel and, quote, unintended consequences through bits of metal that were flying through the air and predominantly hit the civilian population there that was just trying to enjoy a day at the beach. This, as Moscow has now summoned the U.S. ambassador, saying that this action cannot be without any kind of consequences, declaring that time will tell what these will, quote, be, as the Russians have accused the United States of waging a hybrid war against Russia, as Vladimir Putin's own press secretary announced that the United States is an enemy state to its country. Now, how will the Russians retaliate here, as they're declaring that these attacks will not go unpunished, as, of course, declaring this publicly has a lot of very significant consequences, as the local population there in Russia is going to expect some kind of retribution now. How will that retribution play out? As I think it's fair to say, we're dealing with a powder-keg-like situation here, where sociopathic, crazy, insane politicians are bringing us on the brink of what would result to be the end of the world. And I'm not just saying that hyperbolically. That's the situation here. That's the consequences here. That's the politicians playing with matches, surrounded by fuel all around them. That's exactly what they're doing right now, and it's absolutely reckless, dangerous, stupid, and idiotic. What American interests are we protecting here? What's the long-term strategic goal here? Why are we doing this? Why are we bankrupting ourselves, financing the further life loss of Slavic men? Why is this happening right now? And we don't have an answer for that. We have cheap rhetoric that doesn't amount to anything about fighting for democracy, as of course, that's not what we're doing here. It's pretty clear, especially after the life loss of an American citizen inside of Ukraine, that that's not what's going on here. Okay, you could get rid of the cheap slogans here. You could get rid of the facade here, and you could at least level with the American people and say, hey, we're doing this because of this. But we don't even have that answer. We just have shut up, go along, don't question what we tell you to believe in, and Russia is bad. And of course, Russia is taking care of Russian interests. Russia cares about Russia. Putin cares about Putin. But why are we being directly involved here? As the reports are coming in that these were specific American ATCMS cluster munitions with the assistance of satellite American technology and drones circulating that specific area that helped guided these missiles, as the United States is getting more and more involved in this larger proxy conflict that could soon expand to a larger global one, as the United States and Central Intelligence Agency officials have been involved here since 2014. Ever since the actual fighting broke out, this war, this conflict has been going on since then. It didn't just start. As of course, slowly it has been escalating, slowly it has been creeping up to the irreversible situation that it is in now, as a lot of people are saying, what would happen if the shoe was on the other foot? What if a Russian missile carrying lethal cluster munitions was guided by a Russian recon drone using Russian satellite and logistics support? What if that missile slammed onto a beach in Florida full of Americans? A question raised by Kim.com, saying this is what Biden just did to Russia. Every American must understand that Joe Biden is gambling with American lives. Russia is a nuclear power. As Jimmy Dore had another specific take on this entire matter and situation, saying, congratulations to all the morons with Ukrainian flags on their profile. You're too stupid to realize that you're being lied to about another bull crap war for money that has led to this. The neocon maniacs in the Biden administration want World War III with Russia, and they're very close to getting it, specifically retweeting statements from the Russian Ministry of Defense that said the actions against its people, its population will, quote, not go unanswered. Now, you add that to, of course, other things that are happening inside of Russia that is comparatively being described as an Operation Gladio 2.0 operation inside of it, especially when it came to some of the recent events that unfolded inside of Dagestan, where innocent Russian civilians and officials have been also targeted. I think it's fair to say that there is something afoot here. There is something going on here that is absolutely troubling, that is absolutely worrisome, and is escalating very quick and very fast to an utter point of no return. This as there's only a few select Western leaders speaking out against this, like Nigel Farage, that in the Telegraph wrote that the West errors in Ukraine have been catastrophic, and he won't apologize for telling the truth, declaring also at the same time that we will never have a lasting peace, quote, until we admit we were wrong. And wherever you stand on this specific conflict, whether you're Ukrainian, whether you're Russian, I think it's fair to say that there's two sides of this larger issue. Individuals who want to propel, expand, and grow the suffering, the death, the misery, and individuals who are trying to do the opposite of that and are trying to stop it, are calling for détente, or calling for peace, or calling for negotiations, or calling for people to come to the negotiations table and say, hey, This has gone for too long, far too much. Lives are at stake here, and it is not worth all of humanity to pay the price for these reckless politicians that are literally playing with our lives. Add this to the advancement of drone warfare and artificial intelligence, especially with drastic scenes like this showing a man. I don't know if this man is, by the way, Ukrainian or Russian. It doesn't matter. He's a young man in the peak of his life, begging, pleading. He is disarmed. He is injured. He is fleeing away. And of course, we will not show you this video, but a hunter, predator, killer drone literally takes his life. Even with him surrendering, even with him disarmed, even with him running away, even with him being injured. As I described this situation as, this is not a war. This is evil incarnate. This is barbaric. As this type of life-taking could soon burden your child, your future, as these drones don't take any prisoners. And there's no escaping them and the latest technological advancements that are primed to take human life more than ever. That's what we're dealing with here. The choice is simple. Evil, death, war, peace. That choice is yours, and that choice matters with everything that you do, especially as an American. And again, we've been strongly anti-war for our entire existence ever since the beginning of the Iraq War, and we still will be. There's no winners in war except for the military-industrial complex, but there sure is a lot of losers. Don't be one of them. By the way, we did a very interesting video from Boston, Massachusetts, where I kind of talked about the kind of situation that we're in, what we should be appreciating at this very moment, at this very key time. That video available for members of LukeUnfiltered.com in the larger context of understanding that soon this war might be expanding, this war might be growing. What you should know about it, again, we released a special video just for members on LukeUnfiltered.com. If you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? Just click here. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. It really does mean a lot to us as it supports our efforts here to voice our concern against these larger issues and make them, of course, heard to the general public, as this year will decide a lot for the future of America, its involvement in these larger conflicts, and how they will be playing out for the future of this country and the future of this world. One person in office right now represents the same path that we're on. That is a very dangerous one. Another one keeps promising something different. Will he deliver? Well, we're going to see, especially with who he decides to be his running mate, as soon, in just a few days from now, we will be finding out the trajectory of the potential future of this country, as of course the corporate media is trying to stir up a lot of problems, especially when it comes to pushing the larger divide amongst the American people, as we have this very biased article from Axios. We have another one here from the Washington Post, almost as if this larger script is kind of coordinated here, talking about the dangers that a lot of Americans face this year. As it's pretty clear, the establishment wants you on one trajectory, doesn't want you to deviate from it at all. Will we be able to deviate? Well, I'll leave that question up to you and for the comment section down below. How will the future of this larger proxy conflict play out here domestically inside of the United States? Well, time will tell. I look forward to hearing your explanations to how you see things going from here. Again, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys signing up. Really does mean a lot to us. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys supporting the shop, wearechange.shop. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys buying the products, being here, sharing these videos, and I'm only here because of you, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for one more video for members that's coming out right now, and subscribe. Click the notification button. Our live show continues Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Stay tuned for that, plus a lot more here on youtube.com/wearechange.